Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've done a video, and since I've changed planner systems, I decided to go ahead and do another video to introduce you to my planner. I have actually found planner piece in this style of planning. I am using a Fauxdori, also known as a traveler's notebook. And I've also come to the conclusion in this quest to actually videotape this that anybody that does videos, unless you have professional equipment, has to be half crazy. I went through 3 different tripods until I finally got one that would put this in frame. So the quality of this is probably not going to be as nice as some others that you've seen, but let's go ahead and jump in anyway. So this is a what they call in the planner community a Fauxdori, just meaning that I made it myself. It is leather. However, the leather that I was able to get was really thin, so I actually glued on a clear plastic piece on the back. Just a couple of simple charms on it. And then this cover here is removable. It's just something that I created to put my additional pens in. It was actually a clear checkbook cover that I just cut down and taped it close so that I could keep my extra pens in it. When I don't want to have it right there with it, I don't have to. And then I like to keep this, I think they call it a banker's binder. On the outside, it helps hold the pens in place, and also if I've got a note or anything to put on it. When you open up the inside pocket, I don't know if you can see that there is plastic inside of here. It's actually a clear vinyl that I have spray glued on, and then I've got a pocket here which I've just got a couple little bits in. Back side has another pocket with my emergency contact information. This insert here is something that I created. It was actually a Franklin Covey photo or a business card holder that I actually just taped onto this zipper pocket that I had so I could slide in an insert. These, a couple of the pen holders are pen holders that you can just get at Staples. And I needed one that was a little bit bigger, so I just took some elastic, folded it in half, stapled it, and then added this onto it so it just sticks on. The first book that I have, notebook, is just a quick everything type of list, quick notes and shopping lists. All of the information that's in this book is either throwaway information, or once it's written down, if it needs to go somewhere else in my planner, I just move it into there. I can't show you what's in here because some of it is personal, but the one thing that I can show you is what I do inside of here, which is my shopping list. These are all left loose so that I can take it out when I go to the grocery store. So this side would be groceries. The back side is non-grocery items, and I just slide this all the way out, take with me to the store, throw it away when I'm done, and then the next one is ready for me to use. And then this, actually, these are all moleskin large size covers, moleskin large size notebooks, but I cut them down so that they are the regular size Midori inserts. I'm finding that those work a little bit better. So the first book is what I call my throwaway information, stuff that doesn't have to stay in there, so that book, once it gets full, can easily be replaced. Second set of inserts is ones that I made here. You can see on the front that it's information, finances, contacts, etc. This booklet is a permanent booklet, so nothing in this booklet will be thrown away. Might be updated if it's contacts. Again, not a lot in here that I can show you. Some information in here that I took from when I was using the Franklin Covey, which is the daily planning procedure. I created a mission statement, values and roles, goals to go along with that. Then I've got some financial pages, which includes check register. I've got a list that has annual payments on it, and I also have a list that has monthly payments, so I just keep track of those as they come out. Fold out map that I just taped in. I thought it was neat to have. It's a map of the US, and on the back side is a map of the world. These next pages are my contact sheets, and rather than file them alphabetically, I file them by the type of contact. The first page, which is most important to get to if you've got an emergency, is right in front: doctors, dentist, hospital, vet, and all of those important numbers are listed right on the front. The next group is family and emergency contacts, and what I've done is listed family members, and if they're emergency contact, they are numbered in the order that those people need to be called in the event that there's an emergency. I got a couple pages of family, then I go into friends, then I've got friends of my kids, the kids' schools, miscellaneous businesses. These would be things like our insurance company, our attorney. Also have some local restaurants, and that's it for my contacts. Hidden behind here is some information that I don't need prying eyes to see. I've got a secret sister, so her information is next, and then we're at the end. This insert here is for Sparkle Frogs, which is my blog and YouTube. And in this book I have different ideas of blog posts, videos, different things that I want to do with my business. Right now it's just the blog and the YouTube, but I do want to turn it into something that's actually revenue producing. So a lot of different notes in here, and then I also have a month on 2 pages calendar. Right now it's looking a little blank. I don't put anything in this calendar other than major holidays, and then once I really get going, it's going to be an editorial calendar, so I will list the different blogs and videos that I need to do. So all I have to do is look in here, and then at the end of the month I have a section down here for stats, and that will be where I put in the different stats, so I can kind of keep track of where the different social media and stuff is at. And then the other thing that I try to only use green pen just for anything that has to do with business. There's another Staples pen loop. The next set of inserts is my daily planning. This is just a cover that I made real simple out of a file folder. Just cut the back into a pocket, front same way into a pocket, and I got some page flags that I use. These inserts are ones that I created for myself. It's got a week overview is where it starts, and then it's a daily page. I sometimes do decorating, sometimes I don't, just depends on what my mood is. This week's theme is Noah's Ark, because I had Noah's Ark stickers to use up. Just going through something that I did here, that this is actually a clear bookmark. I took my Franklin Covey insert, added it in here, and what I've got going here is reminder different things that I need to work on for my own personal goals. Backside is just some color coding information, and then it is attached to the strings that are up there, so I can move it out of the way when I need it out of the way. My next planning insert is my month on 2 pages, and again another folder that I made. Starts off with the monthly calendars that was from Franklin Covey. I cut it down and taped. Important birthdays and things like that. I also have like annual things that we need to do, like antifreeze in the cars, replace the heater filler, things like that. These month on 2 pages is another insert that I created, just something real simple. As far as my monthly planning goes, I fill in all of the information as I know it in my monthly calendars. I don't wait. I always keep a full year of monthly calendars in my planner. And then I will also go back, anything that's a little bit more important, I will note it on here after the fact. If it's, you know, I want to keep track of when my daughters spend the night somewhere else or kids come to our house, etc., etc. I might throw some stickers on here. That's about all I do for decorating, mainly stickers that denote, like here it says sleepover, no school. I throw some washi on the edges of the page just to help them stand out a little bit. It's about all I do. I don't really go ahead. This is the current month of April. May, I've got it, and then you can see there's no real decorating, but like I said, I do note the events on there as I know of them. Birthdays and stuff are all in there for the whole year. The next section falls at the end of the month on 2 pages. It's a monthly review and recap, similar to the index section that Franklin Covey has. You can tell I'm coming from a Franklin Covey background, but I want a little bit more. So every month there is 31 days so that I can jot down that day's important events after it happens. Then on this other side I have a review and a recap. Let's see, it starts with, the top part is trending. Then I also note in the news, note any items that are noteworthy, what I'm grateful for, and then I jot down what I was reading, watching, doing, or wishing for that month. And you can see this is January, but since I switched systems into this traveler's notebook, I have to go back to my Franklin Covey pages so that I can backfill this information. Moving forward to March, you can see that I filled in most of March and I've started on April. The last insert that's in here is my master book of lists. So this is lists for everything from things that I want to get done around the house, projects broken out by different rooms of the house, for instance, paint the living room, etc. I went in and filled out all of the pages. And then I've got a table of contents. So you can see here I've got authors, favorite authors, books to read, websites to check, movies to watch, household projects by room, need to do by each family member. So there's some specific things in here that each family member needs to get done or I need to get done for them. There's wish lists for each family member, personal wish list, personal need to do. I've left a lot of pages on there for personal need to do because I figure that will just be an ongoing list. This book should take me through the whole year. If I need more room for my personal need to do's, then I will just insert some pages. What I do is, as I'm going through and doing my monthly planning or weekly planning, I will look through and see if there's any projects that I can accomplish for that month or for the week. I will also see if there's anything personally that I need to get done, and I will pull from this listing to put into my actual daily planning. What I also have in here that's not necessarily a list, but I have information on each immediate family member, my husband, my 2 daughters, and our dog. And then I've also got extended family members. I list things like their phone numbers. If I know what their passcode is into their phone, I list that. If they're on any medications, I list that. If they're even though there's a wish list in here that's just a generic one, if there's something specific I need to be keeping an eye out for because they have it on their wish list, I'll note that in there. Their clothing sizes I also note. Under the just generic family, that's like my extended family. For instance, my dad recently had an emergency scare and he wanted me to be aware of where some life insurance information was should anything happen to him. So I jotted that in here because, you know, I remembered that for all of about 2 minutes, actually a little bit longer, just long enough for me to write it down. But otherwise I would have remembered him telling me about it, but I wouldn't have remembered the specific information, especially since at the time he told me he was sitting in the emergency room. So part of the reason I have a paper planner, so I can jot everything down. The last section here is meals. Every week I do meal planning for the week. What I do, and when I say meal planning, it's just the dinners. I don't worry about breakfast or lunches. Lunches, a lot of times, since my husband and I both work, are just leftovers or sandwiches. The kids take a sack lunch to school, so I don't have to worry about that. Breakfast 90% of the time is just cereal or something quick. So this is dinners. So what I do each week is I go through and I do an inventory of both the freezer, refrigerator, and pantry to see what I have. Then I see what I can make out of what I have, and then I look at what else I want to make for that week, and I create a grocery list for any items that I need to buy. And here is how I do my meal planning. I have all of our favorite meals. First of all, this is the list of what we've had to eat so far this month, but the favorite meals start with no cook nights. I allow us to have about 7 nights per month of leftovers. Then I also have listed 4 different times of takeout, so that's, once a week that we can go out. And then there's also some special holiday meals. I've got little post-its for that. Then I've got beef, all of our favorites listed here, breakfast, on and on. And what you see is these are little sticky post-it flags, so when a meal is going to happen for that week, I go back into my planner, and you can see, looking ahead, I just put the post-it note on that particular day. That way I'm able to move the meals around. If I come home and decide that, okay, I don't want to make chicken cutlets that night, but, maybe I will make spaghetti instead. I'll just swap these out. Once a meal has actually happened, I write it in. I take that post-it and I move it to the day of the month. So you can see we're up to 18. That way I'm not doing a bunch of duplications within the month. I found out before I started doing this that we were eating a lot of the same meals over and over and just getting real bored. Once a month has gone by, see, it goes over 31 over there. Once a month has gone by, I take all of these off, put them back in their categories, and can pretty much start over. Then this is the last page of that same booklet. I've just got some extra shopping list inserts here. This is that zipper pouch. Got a family photo. Inside here is just an envelope that I can take out, use as needed. I've got a metal ruler in there, which was from Daiso. Anyway, in the envelope are some like post-it flags and different things like that. And in back is the emergency contact information, a couple little, they're not Project Life, but they're similar to those, just I like looking at it. And the last page, you can see the leather's a little bit beat up. That's okay, that's the way it came. And that is it. That is my complete system. The only other thing that I have that's Traveler's Notebook is something that stays at home. This goes with me every day. It's in my purse every day. The pens are at least in my purse every day as well, but what stays home unless I'm going to be traveling is this other Traveler's Notebook that I made. This one is the moleskin large size, so it's a little bit wider. This is my what I call my journal slash spiritual. I will do journaling in here. Not a real good artist, but I play around. So mostly written journaling. I've got a notebook in here for Bible studies, and then I've also got some adult coloring pages. Not adult as in XXX, but adult as in more geared towards an adult that I can actually color if I'm bored. And actually, if I'm taking the kids somewhere and we're going to be gone for a while, I can take this and they could sit in here and color these pages as well. Again, this is another notebook that I made, but this one usually just stays at home. I don't need to have my journal with me when I'm at work because I tend to not have any extra time other than work while I'm at work. Anyway, that is it. I think I've spoken long enough. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I plan on